Hello and welcome back to another video here on Waters FC with episode number 11 of Park 2 Glory here with Main Road. Hope everyone is doing well on this lovely Sunday afternoon at the time of me recording this, and this video will be going live on the same day. So hope you're having a good weekend. Hopefully you're spending your time outside, obviously not breaking any COVID protocols. But yes, we are here with Main Road. We are on the 11th of September 2021. We've played a few games into the season, and coming off the back of last episode where we did draw our opening game in a bit of a disappointing fashion, please do go and check that video out for a review of that game. But since then, we have played a few league games, and as you can see up the top here, we are actually currently top of the league, everyone. So after our opening day draw against Wythenshawe Amateurs, we have won 4 games in a row in the league against Ellesmere, Sandbach, Stockport Town and Dayton as well. So we're doing very, very well in the league, firing on all cylinders at the moment, hopefully to keep that run going. We are actually about 12 or 13 games unbeaten in the league, coming off of the back of last season as well. So our league form is really, really good. But that's not the main reason why we are here today. The main reason why we are here today is because we have an FA Cup game, everyone, against St Neots Town. So we'll have a look at our schedule here, and you can see, our opening day draw there, and it's been all green since. So very, very promising and pleasing to see. And the reason why we are playing against St Neots Town today is that only a couple of games ago we played an FA Cup extra preliminary round. Try saying that 5 times in a row without botching it. I'm definitely not going to go and give it a go. In the previous round, so we beat them 1-0. A goal from ASN in the 60th minute saw us through to the next round, which is just the normal preliminary round. So if we do get past this, we will go into the first qualifying round. But we face St Neots today in a game that's going to be very, very tough because, as you will see by the title of the video already, they are in fact 2 divisions above us currently. So it's definitely not going to be a walk in the park, maybe like some of our other games that we've had throughout this season so far. I'm not expecting it to be a comfortable game at all. I'm expecting very much going into the game as underdogs. So see St Neots Town here. They do actually have Jay Saunders as their manager, a guy that used to be the manager of Maidstone. He actually saw their rapid rise throughout the league. I think they were in level 8, I think, when he took over back in 2013. And I think he took them all the way until the National League. So really, really successful career there. I've actually met him a couple of times in person. The Maidstone team used to train at the gym I worked at the time, as it was only down the road from the Maidstone Stadium. So very nice man, but we're not interested in that today. Obviously, our main objective is to beat him. So just before we get into today's game, because there have been a couple of changes to the team, we've had a couple of transfer dealings since I was last with you, and the main one, as you can see here, is Chiari Ventura has had an offer from Loughborough University, and he is currently considering that offer. I was hoping this offer actually came in, I think, on Thursday. Or 2 days before, I say on Thursday, 2 days before this game. And I was hoping he would make up his mind, but he hasn't yet. And a few clubs have come in for him as well. As you'll remember from last episode, he was actually injured for that game, and I think he's only made 1 appearance so far. And I did play him out on the right wing, and he only came in with a 6.4. So not quite living up to the standards of last year yet, but he's only played a game, so we'll see where he's at after a few games. I mean, that's if he decides to stay with us. He might actually leave and go to Loughborough. So we hope that doesn't happen, but I will keep you updated on that transfer. If hopefully he does stay, and there'll be nothing really to update you on, but if he does leave, I will let you guys know. But having a look at our transfer history, so we've made a few signings since I was last with you. The 4 signings in total. So we've signed John King over here, a left winger. I was really missing a left winger in the team. Obviously, we lost Brandon Briggs to Marine Reserves, and you can see on the right hand side here we have also lost another player to Marine Reserves, but I'll get into that in just a moment. But I was really lacking for wingers on the left hand side. I've got plenty on the right hand side, but no one that could play down the left. So John King is our man. Very good physical attributes with good acceleration and good pace and good leadership. And pretty well-rounded mentals, good determination, good flair, good off the ball as well. So hopefully he is able to make a difference. The next player we brought in is a player called Jazz Lenton. When I scouted him, the scout report came back saying, yeah, you've definitely got to sign this guy. Really, really good potential. Okay, the current ability may not be there just yet, but the potential ability is worth it. And then when I signed him, the stats aren't awful. I mean, I've seen players with worse stats. You look at good first touch, good long shots, decent technique, not terrible dribbling and finishing for a centre attacking midfielder, but it is the mentals and the physicals that does let this man down. Unfortunately, 4 composure, three concentration, 5 off the ball, 5 work rate, and only 3 stamina as well. So he is going to be getting quite tired easily. And the reason why I did sign this guy was to replace an outgoing player. So he's played, I think he's played a game so far. Didn't really set the world on fire, which is not to be at all surprised. But I do think the star rating is a bit harsh considering his ability. I know he's not great in terms of the physical and mental attributes, but I feel like he's got some decent technical ones. So he's only 16 as well, so he does have plenty of time to grow. So we'll see how he gets on. Next player we have signed is a very important signing in my eyes, and that is Andy Hawksworth. So 31-year-old centre back. I did get him. Was he a free transfer? He was a free transfer, but he was playing for Walsall Wood last season in the Midland Leagues. Pretty decent season, 6.86. Nothing to shout, nothing to really shout about, but pretty solid centre back. Very happy to get him in. Mental stats, very well rounded on everything. Good determination, good teamwork, and everything else is at a very solid basis. A lot of sevens, a lot of eights, a lot of nines there as well. And obviously, most importantly for a centre back, he's got good tackling and good marking. The one thing that does let him down, he's only got 4 heading and he's only 5'9" with only a 7 jumping reach. So hopefully we don't have to face too many crosses or coming up against headers against big target men. But if that does, do still have Tyron Gate on the bench. But moving on to our last signing is one that made very, very recently, only finalised this yesterday, and it is David Hillaby. So another 31-year-old. So I'm trying to get a bit more experience into the team this year instead of just going, for all the young players that are about. But yeah, managed to sign this guy. You can play right back and central midfield. The central midfield is primarily why I signed him. Obviously, it's good that he can play at right back as well, and his media description is an experienced fullback. But looking at some of the stats here, he definitely can play in central midfield. Again, mental stats very, very well rounded. Hasn't really got any major weaknesses. Maybe that 6 concentration, probably the weakest one, but as we've seen by some of our other players that we've got in the team, definitely not the worst. So very well-rounded mental stats, not terrible physical stats. He is a little bit slow, but I'm happy to play him the sort of that box-to-box midfielder. And he's got some decent technical stats as well. So 8 first touch, 8 marking, 10 tackling, so and 5'9" as well. So I am expecting him to be a very solid central midfielder. But the one outgoing, and this is a really, really painful outgoing, unfortunately, Matthew Birchall decided to leave us to go to Marine Reserves, although what he does say he's at Walsall Wood, he's gone on loan to Walsall Wood, which is a little bit of a shame. I did try and get him back on loan, but obviously as he just moved from me, he didn't want to come back straight away, so it is a shame to see him go, as he was our key player at the centre attacking midfield spot. And I know he did had a pretty good year last year: 8 goals, 10 assists, 1 player of the match, and a 7.06 average rating. So it is a really big shame to let him go. And I have tried to get a good replacement in for him, but unfortunately, I haven't been able to find anyone that's been that suitable for the role just yet. It's either the players I look at who want to join me aren't quite good enough, or the players I do want to get in, that are rated really good, they want too much money, and unfortunately, I cannot afford it. Which is a shame, but it is what it is. Our whole team doesn't revolve around one player, so we will move on swiftly. So, heading into today's FA Cup game against St Neots, I'm actually going to go with a bit more of a cautious mentality. With the team being 2 divisions above us, I'm expecting us to be on the back foot for a majority of the game, but hopefully we'll see how we get on. But going into today's lineup, so we've got Terry Smith in goal, we've got Brett Lloyd and Furtado at the fullbacks. We've got Hawksworth and Roan Steele, Hawksworth making his debut. So we'll see how he gets on. We've got Adam Cox and Callum Borsett sitting in the middle. Got Ventura making his first start. I think, is this his first start? No, I think this is his second start, because I think I started him out in the last game as well. But obviously recovering from an injury, so we'll see what he can do out on the right. We've got ASN out on the left. He's too good of a player to not be in the team. I know we do have John King on the bench, and I know ASN's influence on the left isn't as much, but for someone as good as him, we do need him in the team, so I kind of have shoehorned him in on that left-hand side. We're playing Love Grunston here at the centre attacking mid-role. He's not got... He's got some decent stats, you know, good teamwork, good determination, good work rate, good bravery as well, which is really what you want to see, and good aggression, and decent physicals as well for someone that can play centre attacking mid. His technicals aren't... They're not wonderful, to be totally honest, but I am training him to play at the centre attacking mid role. So hopefully, with some game time and with the training, you know, he will become a better player there, and he's got good potential to learn and grow. And again, he is still only 16. He's only just turned 16 as well. So you know, he's got plenty of time to grow. So hopefully, we'll see what he can do. He's played pretty well in the games he's played so far. And then we've got Vanni de Silva up front. So we'll head on into today's game. Very excited to play a team 2 divisions above us to really give us a good test. Because last year throughout the cup competitions, we played a couple of teams in Division 9 or Step 9, the level above us, and we did manage to hold ourselves quite well. I wouldn't say there was any games that we got completely dominated in. Definitely outplayed in maybe one or two, but you know, it's not like we didn't have a game where we had absolutely no shots and no creativity. And we are the away team here as well. So the theme of playing cup games away from home does continue for us here in our main road save. But opening 15 minutes has not been too kind to us. We've had a bit more of the ball, but without really creating anything from it. We are playing it in our red and black away kit here today as neat as St Neots Town. They play in sort of a Wycombe Wanderers style kit. And Rowe is in. I think he was offside. Yeah, he was offside. I think I did see the linesman's flag go up. But it's a bit concerning early doors that we are allowing him that much room. Moving on here until the 34th minute, where we do have another highlight. It's not been a memorable game so far. A little bit of a snooze fest without really too much going on. And they have managed to get the ball, and we have managed to clear it away. Are we able to get a foothold of it? I don't think we are. We've got Ng, Leons. They're playing a very nice football in and around the central area. I'm a little bit concerned, although they've played in Rizvido. No, I've completely botched that name. Let's try and say that again. I need his name to pop up again now. I can't quite see it, but it was a well-worked goal. They played it well around in the middle, and Fenwick with a fantastic ball, and I will get this right. Ruzvidzo slots it in and does put St Neots Town 1-0 up. Not the ideal start to the game. I'll say start, you know, about the 35th minute or so that did happen, but it appears to me so far that we're not actually creating anything. And Lions goes with the looping header there, and it nearly does go in. But we've got Rudzvidzo on the ball, and it's not 2-0. The goal has been disallowed, thankfully. Shaw did wander into an offside position there, and hope you know it does keep the score at 1-0. But the theme of disallowed goals in these episodes do continue. I did have one game that I played. I had 3 disallowed goals in the same game. Thankfully, I did win the game 1-0, which is good to see. But having 3 disallowed goals was certainly frustrating. It easily could have been a 4-0 win. But enough about that. Rowe goes for goal from a good 30 yards out. And Smith was absolutely scrambling to try and keep that one out. Thankfully, it went just over the bar. But we are at half time, and it is 0-0. 0-0. It is 1-0 to St Neots Town. And we've not played too well here, so I do need to try and encourage the boys. So I don't think they have played too well, to be honest with you. I'm going to maybe try and go for a bit more of a positive mentality. I think we were a little bit too cautious, you know, considering they are 2 divisions above us. We've given them quite a lot of respect in that first half there, maybe too much respect. So try and push forward a little bit more, see what we are able to create. And Kapupi in here, and De Silva's in, and it's 1-1. And our tactical changes at half time have paid off so far. And Vanni de Silva equalises and gets us back into the game. It sort of came from nothing, really. Was it a Ventura assist? It wasn't a Ventura assist. It was a Lloyd assist. He just puts the ball in. De Silva runs in. Goalkeeper doesn't come for it. Allows De Silva to get in and slots it very neatly into the back of the net. And it is 1-1 here. A little bit against the runner play. If we do have a look at the stats up here, you know, they have had more shots and more shots on target, more importantly. But we have had a bit more of the ball. which is good to see. But since we've scored, there's not really been much going on in the game. So we are in the 76th minute here. So I am looking at making a change. As you know, our forward players have not really played too. They've not really played too well. So I think I'm going to take off ASN and bring on John King. See what he's able to do. Venturi is only on a 6.3 as well, which is a bit concerning. But we will keep him on because we do know what he is capable of. Although he was playing at striker last year, so I'm not entirely sure if playing on the wing is halting his progress at all. Obviously, we will have to see throughout the season. This is only his second game back, so we will see how he gets on. But yeah, heading into the 88th minute here, and obviously this could lead up in a goal. But if it's a draw at this stage of the competition, I'm not sure if it goes to a replay, or if it goes to extra time, or it may not even go to a replay. And not Shaw's, I think it was Shaw that got in for them, and Smith makes a big save to keep us in it. But I'm not entirely sure if it does go to extra time or if it does go to a replay. If it does go to a replay, I may keep this in the same video and show you guys the replay of that as well. I wouldn't want to leave it on a bit of a cliffhanger like that. But we will wait and find out to see what happens here. But it does go to extra time, which is what I thought. So I didn't think there would be a replay at this stage. Otherwise, there'd just be so many games being played. I don't think there'd be time to fit them in. So I've been quite pleased with the second half performance. I'm actually going to be looking at making a couple of substitutes as well. I am probably going to bring off Matthew Furtado, as he's not had a great game at the left back. 5.9 rating, it highlights in red, so really hasn't had a great game. And another change I'm going to make as well. I'm going to take off Love Grunston. I'm going to get used to saying that name. Going to take him off. He's only on a 6.3. He is struggling a little bit out there with his condition as well. So I'm going to bring on Jack Wakefield. I am also training him to play attacking midfielder as well. So obviously it'd be good for him to get a bit of game time. And I probably will look at bringing on David Hillaby as well. I'm not sure if I'm able to do that. Am I able to do that? No, I can't make any more substitutions, which is a shame. I should have made some more changes in the normal section of the game, but it is what it is. But we have still been able to bring on good replacements, so hopefully we can push on a little bit. I'm going to encourage the boys as well, just to see if we are able to get through here. The one thing I really don't want is a penalty shootout, because it is such a lottery. You never ever know what's going to happen with it. And with my record of penalty shootouts, not that you guys would really know, but within this game, with like other saves that I've obviously played by myself, and I do have an online save with a friend as well. My penalty shootouts always tend to be very, very dramatic. I had one penalty shootout that I think I won 17-16, and there was like 20 or so penalties each team, which was absolutely crazy. It was getting to the stage I think goalkeepers were nearly getting to take their second penalties. But oh well, enough about that. We are into the 120th minute here, and we did have a chance just a moment ago, and we may have another highlight here, although they are able to hoof it clear. And will that be the end of the game? Or there'll be one last highlight for us to try and get a winner here? Because that really will be something special, and we pass it straight into touch. So, we are nearly in the 122nd minute now, so I don't think there is going to be time for a highlight. Or is there? We've got Wakefield on the ball. Can he find the pass to play it in? He can't. He gets tackled, and the referee calls for full time. Our situation with penalties, and this was another reason why I wasn't too keen on a penalty shootout. Our players' penalty ratings are nothing short of abysmal, and I don't think it really matters who we put first. I'm going to leave it to the assistant to do. If he feels that's the best way, I will trust him with that, because apart from, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players, all of our penalty takers are 1, which is not great, especially our strikers as well. Is only 1, so that's a little bit concerning. But we'll give a bit of a team talk and put the hands together. I think just try to relax, focus on putting the penalty in the certain area or in the certain section of the goal, and don't bottle it as well, lads. So we do get into the first penalty, and he slots it very neatly away into the bottom left-hand corner, and St Neots go 1-0 up. But regardless of the result of this penalty shootout, as Wakefield blasts his penalty in as well, the fact we're taking a team that's 2 divisions above us all the way to extra time and penalties, I think it just marks like a really big step that us as a club has taken. over the last year or so that I have been in charge. So it is really pleasing to see, especially with all the transfers that we've made this year as well, as Hawksworth slots it away for 2-2. So good to see that the new players who come in have sort of slotted into the team straight away, and we are able to perform at a good level. And then G slots it in. It's a shame because he did just fire it down the middle. Unfortunately, Smith did go to his left-hand side. But force it. Oh, that was a risky penalty there. I'm not sure if he just tried to sort of calmly slot it in, but it beats the keeper anyway, which is the most important thing for us. And Lyons slots it into the bottom left-hand corner to put St Neots 4-3 up. And here we go. We've got Chiari Ventura here. Can he make it 4-4 to keep us in it? He can. He thumps it into the bottom left-hand corner. Seems to be the theme of this penalty. A lot of penalties are going into that bottom left-hand corner. And Ruzvidzo, he slots it into the top left-hand corner this time. A good penalty from the goal scorer for them in this game. And it's all down to Vanni de Silva. Can he keep us in it here? To make it 5-5 and to keep this penalty shootout going, he needs to score this, otherwise we're out. He steps up to the plate. He fires it in again, bottom left-hand corner. Seems to be the way to go for this penalty shootout, but we are still in it. Now, hopefully, can we get a save? Not on this occasion, unfortunately. Again, Kennelly finds that bottom left-hand side. I think it is anywhere on the left-hand side, really. Seems to be a popular place for penalties in this shootout, but Steve Allen, the left back, I can't imagine his penalties is more than one. I don't know what his composure is. Can he do it? He can. What is it with this left-hand side in this shootout? This is incredible. And their goalkeeper is taking it, Lacey. It was a soft penalty, and maybe Smith should be saving that. Oh, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but now our goalkeeper is taking it. Oh no, I didn't realise that Smith was taking it on the seventh. On the seventh penalty for us. Can he keep us in it? He can. Just about. He fires it down the middle. The power was just too much for their goalkeeper. Can Danny King score? He can. He goes for the bottom right corner. Very rarely have we seen a penalty placed there in this shootout. And what I was saying before about my penalty shootout record getting intense is definitely keeping up with this one. It's 8-7 to them. All 15 penalties so far have been... What just happened? What? Is that allowed? Can someone explain that to me, please? I'm happy he scored, but what? I'm actually speechless. I've never seen that before in Football Manager. He went to take it, almost went past it. The keeper dived and fell for it, and he just slotted it in. Anyway, moving onwards, Steele to make it 9-0 when he has. 18 penalties have been scored in this shootout, which is incredible. I'm not make that 19 now, but is it the quality of penalty or is it the quality of goalkeeper? Leave your comment down below. Let me know what you think of this penalty shootout. I'm on the edge of my seat here. This is really, really intense. The money that this would bring into the club as well. I think we got 1,000. Oh, Adam Cox. I could make a joke about his surname there, but I'm not going to. Oh, it finishes 1-1 with St Neots Town going through on penalties. I think it finished 10. I think it was 10-9 overall, which is a really, really big shame. I can't really blame the players too much. I can't really fault them for the effort. You know, St Neots Town were heavy favourites going into the game. And as I said earlier, taking them all the way through extra time and to penalties as well. And how long that shootout went on for. I'm not sure how long in real time it went out for, but it feels like an eternity. But ultimately, the disappointing fact is we have been knocked out of the FA Cup at the extra preliminary round. Not the extra preliminary round, just the normal preliminary round. Let's get my facts right there. For the second season in a row, we have been knocked out at the preliminary round, but a good attendance, 361 people were there. And we're given £481 for our troubles. That's about a week's worth of wages, so pardon me, that is good to see. But with the club finances, they are already in the red for this season. You're probably wondering how I was able to make so much money throughout pre-season. The club did inject cash flow of about £26,000. So it took us from minus 25k to just over or just above, into the green at the time. But it is a big shame to see that, but it is what it is. Hopefully, Upbeat Cox will step up again. I'll let you make your own jokes about one, because I would rather not. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today's episode. A very, very long one. I wasn't definitely planning on for this video to be this long, but taking them all the way to extra time penalties, and obviously the events that unfolded there, obviously not really in my control. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. My name's Dan, and I'll see you on the next one.